guys, I'm Lynn and welcome to my class. Tonight I'd like to guide you through a practice for those who experience back pain. So it's going to be a very basic class, providing postures that will help you ease tension from your back. So let's get started. If you like, if you have any blocks and a belt, you can have them close by. It's not mandatory, but it's just something that can help in your practice. So we will actually begin our class into a child's pose. So just bringing your knees a little wider, actually quite wide. The big toes are touching, and we're just going to come and sit on our heels and bringing our fingertips to our mat. We're just going to begin to walk our hands forwards, but try to stay seated on your heels. Okay, so even if you can't go down too low, it's more important to stay seated on your heels than to go low. Okay, so just listen to your body and just go wherever your body takes you tonight. So you may just be here. Perhaps you can lower down on your hands, or you can also use a yoga block in which you can put your forehead on the block. Okay, so you have a few options. And then from here, once you're low to wherever your body takes you, you can start to elongate the arms. So just walking your hands to the front of your mat and try to press into your hands, guiding your hips a little more to the back of your mat. So really feeling length in your spine. And then just soften the elbows, soften your forehead, and try to relax into the posture. So taking some deep breaths while you hold the posture. You want to try to inhale through the nose, exhale as you release a little more into the posture. So really feeling the flow of breath as it travels in and out of your body. Okay, so just another 5 breaths in this posture. See if perhaps you can maybe wiggle around a bit, like you can kind of sway from side to side, which will recruit your lower back muscles a bit more, your ribs, and it'll just soften any tension that you have in those areas. On your next breath, just slowly start to walk your hands towards you. And from here, we're just going to come into a tabletop position. So placing your hands right under the shoulders and placing your knees right under your hips. So try to press away from your mat, and we're just going to let our belly drop, but lift the chest and look up to the sky. So just, you can curl your toes underneath if you like, and really try to create, like in your back, you want it to create like kind of like a curve, and then looking up. And then we're going to reverse that stretch and just round the space between your shoulder blades and try to bring your chin in towards your chest and engage your abs as you do this. So you're squeezing your abs. And then just continue, but try to move very slowly, as if you're in water, like one vertebrae at a time. So really feeling your spine. No rushing, you just want to ease into it. Just 2 more times. going to hold our cow pose. So really try to pull your chest up to the sky as you push into your hands, just bringing the maximum posture. And then one last cat. So pushing into your palms, drawing your belly button in, chin to the chest, rounding that space between the shoulder blades. Good, and then from here coming into a neutral spine, so you're just looking between your hands, and we're going to take our first downward facing dog. We're going to keep our knees bent to begin. Okay, so knees are bent, and you're just bringing your sit bones up to the sky. Bend your knees quite a bit, and then drop your head, look towards your feet, and try to push into your hands, and you're bringing your chest towards your thighs. Awesome. Now really, really breathe here. Keep the knees bent, and then we're going to take the knees down. Awesome. So we're going to take this now into a lateral cat. So start to look towards your right ankle, and you're forming kind of like a C shape with your spine. And then we're going to come back to center, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Look to the left ankle. And then again to the right. So again, moving very slowly. So you're very conscious of every movement that you're making. So once more on each side, but we're going to go just a little further. So try to look a little further and really go to the end of your stretch, and then again on the other side, the end of the stretch. Coming back to center. And we're going to take another downward dog. So knees are bent, draw the hips up, push into your hands, you're looking again at your feet, elongating the arms, try to push your chest towards your thighs, and then slowly start to press your heels down towards the floor. So you may not be able to do this. You may not be able to straighten the legs. Just do what you can with breath. Good. Now from here, we're going to walk towards our feet at the back of the mat. And we're going to allow our knees to bend quite a bit. I actually like to bring my lower rib cage just resting on my thighs and then holding on to the elbows. And let your head drop. This is a really nice posture for lower back pain. And you're just going to slowly rock from right to left. Just once more on each side. We'll come back to center, and we're still keeping the knees bent. So if you need a block, you can use a block, or you can be on your fingertips. So what we're doing is placing our left fingertips on the floor, bending the left knee, or again, the hand can be placed on a block. Now from here, we're going to take our right hand to the right hip, and we're just going to rotate our chest, opening up this right shoulder. And try to gaze up at your right shoulder. Now, only if you're able to line up your shoulders. One shoulder is stacked on top of the other, then you can take your right arm up. Otherwise, just keep your hand on your hip and just try to rotate the shoulder. Okay, don't worry about the arm extending. If your arm is extended, your palm is turning towards the wall you're looking at. Good, and then just try to really reach up, open that shoulder. Good, and then we're going to release. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so right fingertips on your block or on your mat. Go ahead and bend the right knee, left hand on the hip, and then rotate your chest and your shoulder. and try to line the shoulders up. So again, you can stay here. If your shoulders are lined up, just take that left arm up. Palm is facing the wall you're looking at, and you're lengthening and you're opening. So always be gentle, especially when you're working twists. You want to be gentle when you twist. And then just taking that hand back down. Now from here, we're going to bring our hands on our shin bones, and we're just going to extend our chest to the front. So you're coming into a flat back. Okay, so your chest is parallel to the floor, and you're just gently pressing your legs back, keeping a softness in the knees. You never want to lock your joints. Okay, so heart is reaching forwards. Just look ahead. Awesome. And from here, we're just going to slide our hands down our legs. Now, if you have any pain when you do this, bend your knees more. And then just let your head relax. So depending on your level of flexibility, depending on your back, you can stay here or you can go deeper and grab the backs of your legs and just try to melt towards your thighs. Always breathing in and out through the nose. If you like, you can shake out any tension that you may have in your neck. Good. And from here, we'll bring our hands back onto the shin bones, and we're just going to start to slide the hands slowly up the legs and just come up to your mountain pose. So you want to really press into your feet. Keep the belly in, and then just taking the arms up to the sky to a nice stretch. Palms together, try to reach up, get a maximum stretch here, and then bringing your hands to your heart center. Awesome. Good. Now from here, we're going to do just a couple of standing postures. So if you have difficulty balancing, you can always bring yourself to a wall. So you always know that the wall is there, and sometimes just knowing that, you may not even have to use the wall. It's just kind of a mind thing that if the wall's there, you feel that you're going to be more in control of your balance. Okay, so from here, you want to really press into your feet so you feel grounded, and we're going to transfer or shift our weight onto the right foot, and we'll bring our hands to our hips, and then just start to lift your left knee up and bring your hand on the inside of your knee. And we're just going to go ahead and open up that hip. Okay, so you can stay here, or you can also extend the right arm, which can help with your balance as well. Try to keep the shoulders down and just focus on a point in front of you so that you maintain your balance. Good. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Good. So we're going to take everything back to center. And this time we're going to take our right hand onto the outside of the knee, and we're going to cross the knee towards our body and just extend the left arm. And breathe. Slowly coming back to center, we're going to bring our hands to interlace around the front of the knee, and then just guide that knee into the chest. Press the shoulders down. So you're really bringing that knee in towards you. Good, and then just slowly release. Good, you can walk it out here if you like. Good, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, so just shift your weight onto that left foot, ground the foot, find your focus point, And then hands on the hips. And we'll just lift that right knee up and bring our hand on the inside of the knee and then just open up your hip. And if you like, extend the left arm. Keep the shoulders pressing down. You want your chest to stay lifted. Breathe. Slowly coming back to center. And then take your hand on the outside of your knee, cross over, and extend the right arm. So it's good, you really feel it in the hip as well. Coming back to center, just bring your fingers around your right knee, draw that right knee into the chest. Press the shoulders down. And gently release. Awesome. So from here, you should still be in the back of your mat, at the back of your mat. So from here, just taking the arms up, getting a nice stretch. And then bringing your hands to your heart. And we're going to bring the palms of your hands to the lower back. The fingers are pointing down towards your heels, and just try to bring your shoulder blades closer together, and you're slowly pushing your hips to the front, lifting your chest. Really feel that you're pulling the chest up, and then you can bring your head back, or if that's too much, just look forwards. And keep pressing your hips to the front. Keep elongating your chest up to the sky. So it's like a supported back bend. So just go as deep as it feels good for you. Really pressing your palms into your lower back. Good, and then slowly coming back to center. And from here, we're just going to keep our hands onto the lower back and reach our chest forwards. So you want to hinge from the hips. You really want to stretch your heart to the front. And if you need to bend your knees, go ahead, bend your knees. And then just relax your head. If you have any pain at all, bend your knees more. And then we'll take our hands onto the shin bones once again and come back to that flat back posture. We're going to bend the knees, bring your hands onto the mat, and we're going to walk our hands to the front, bringing ourselves into a plank position. So it's very important that your hands are right under the shoulders, and you want to push your heels towards the back wall and avoid your back to sag. You want to lift that lower belly and engage your thighs. So by having strong legs, it will really take any tension out of your back. Good. So from here, we're going to lower down onto our stomachs. So if you need to bend the knees and bring the knees down first, you may do so, or you can lower straight down from your toes. Okay, so for a gentle version, I like to bring the knees down and then slowly just come back down. Awesome. Now from here, if you do have lower back pain, you want to bring your feet or your legs just a little wider, and you want to lower down and then just bring your hands right by your chest in a cobra posture. So see, as my elbows are swaying out, you want to tuck them in, but you want to also roll the shoulders down and back. So you always want to feel as if your elbows are pinned to your rib cage. Now keeping that, really use your legs. Press into the tops of your feet, stretch your legs back, and just start to peel your navel off your mat. So really going slowly, and it's not important how high you lift. Okay, you just want to keep that nice grounding through the feet and stretching through the legs and elbows in. Good. And then we're going to slowly lower back down. Just going to do this twice more. So again, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat, stretch your legs back and just peel your navel off the mat, coming up. And then lower down once again. One last time, slowly coming up. And then just push a little more into the hands to come onto the knees. And just take again, child's pose. So if you like, you can, just to rest your wrists, you can have your knees a little less wide and then just come into a more narrow child's pose. And you can bring your hands back and just bring your forehead down. That way it's going to take away any tension from your wrists. Slowly from here, we'll just roll up. Excellent. So we're going to do more seated postures now onto our mat. So from here, we're just going to actually bring our feet pointing straight ahead. And this posture is a twist. So just remember to always honor your body. Try not to go too deep, so always listen. And what you have to remember, whenever you do any kind of twists, you should always elongate your spine first and then twist. That way all the vertebrae stay lined up. You're not going to, create any tension. So it's very important to elongate first and then twist. Okay, so just to show you the full posture, I'm going to turn here. Okay, so we're going to just slide our hands behind us onto the fingertips. Now just bring your feet a little wider and let your knees just drop to the right side. Okay, so you want to have your right heel pressing into your left knee. Okay, you want to elongate your spine. So see how I'm not just letting myself cave. You want to elongate and then start to twist your navel, twist your rib cage, and then start to bring that left hand on the left back side of your mat and the right hand on the right back side of your mat. Okay, so this may be enough because it's still quite a big twist. If you feel that you can take on more, you can lower down onto your elbows. And you can just hang out here for a few breaths. If you still feel that you can go a little deeper, you're going to bend your elbow and your arm is going to be parallel to the back edge of your mat. And you're going to bring your forehead to rest on that arm. And you'll just slide that right arm towards the back of your mat. And just breathe. So you're going to really feel this posture in your rib cage, also into your hip. So it's really, really deep and nice stretch. So every time you exhale, see if you can release a little further towards the floor. See if you can let go of any tension that you hold in your hip. Just try to really melt that tension. Slowly just starting to come back up. Walk your hands in towards you. Just come back to center. Awesome. And then bring the knees back up. Excellent. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you can just stay here. I'm just going to switch over to the other side so you can see the full posture. So you're still onto the fingertips in the back. Your fingers are pointing towards the back of your mat. Going to lift and lengthen, and the feet are pretty wide. We're going to let the knees drop to the left side, and you're pressing your left heel into your right knee, and you're going to elongate your spine. Start to twist your navel, twist your chest, and once you can no longer twist, then that right hand comes to the back right side of your mat, the left hand to the left side, and then you can stay here if you like, or you can lower down. So again, you can stay here. Let me just make sure that you can see what I'm doing. You can stay here, or you can maybe lower down. Bringing your right arm parallel to the back of your mat, and bringing your forehead to rest on that arm, and just stretching that left arm towards the back of the mat. Slowly coming back up, walking your hands in, coming back to center. Excellent. Good. So I hope you like that stretch. It's a pretty deep one. Now from here, we're going to do what we call a baby pigeon pose. So we're going to take the, let me just show you with the knees are pointing straight up. Going to take the left foot and just thread it underneath the right, and then take this right leg and just fold it behind you. Okay, so the front leg is parallel to the top edge of your mat, and the right leg is folded back. Now we're going to take our hands to our mat, and we're just going to start to walk towards the front. So just a little note, you may feel that you're leaning more onto your left bum cheek. Try as much as you can to center yourself. For sure, it's not going to be completely centered. You're going to feel that you're more leaning to the left, but just as much as you can, try to center yourself, and then bring your hands to the mat and just walk your hands to the front. Good. So again, you can stay here. This may be enough for you. And the stretch is felt in your left buttock and in the inside of your left thigh. Okay, so, and we're doing a lot also of hip openers, because often when you suffer from back pain, it can also be because of tight hips. So if you release the tightness in your hips, it can really help also your back. Okay, so slowly, if you like, you can always lower down onto your hands, or you can use a block. And again, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, just feel yourself try to relax into the posture. We'll slowly come back up. Now we'll take this into a little twist. So taking your left arm, just bring it onto that right knee, right fingertips onto the mat right behind your spine. Now again, before we twist, we lengthen. So lift your chest, nice long spine, and then start to twist. And try to twist from the lowest part of your spine and from your belly all the way up to the crown of your head. And just bringing your gaze towards your right shoulder. Now don't forget to breathe. Inhale as you lengthen. As you exhale, see if you can try to twist a little deeper, but always respecting your body. Never forcing a twist, never jamming your spine. Always moving with breath and with wisdom. Slowly guiding yourself back to center. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, bringing your knees pointing straight up. Now we're going to thread this right leg underneath. And just bring this left leg and bend it. So always placing your leg parallel to the top edge of your mat. And see if you can try to sit as centered as you can. Good. Hands to the floor. And then just begin to walk your hands to the front. Awesome. So you can come on to your elbows, hang out here a bit. And if you want, you can lower down. Slowly coming out of the posture. Good, nice long spine. I'm going to take now this right hand to the left knee. Left fingertips behind. Inhale to lengthen. And then as you press into your knee with your hand, going to start to rotate from the lowest part of your spine and just looking over that left shoulder. So again, inhale to lengthen, exhale, twisting a little further if you can, if it's available for you tonight. Inhale as you come back to center, and then we'll just extend the legs straight out in front. Good. So you want to sit directly on both sit bones. And you want to flex your feet here. Good. Now, we're going to take a nice forward fold. So what you're going to do is just imagine that someone placed a big beach ball on your thighs. So what you want to do is lift up and over that beach ball. Okay, so at this point, if it's too much in your legs, just bend your knees. And then relax the shoulders. And then bring your chest to the front. So you're pulling your chest to the front. And then keeping your back nice and long, you can lower down. And really breathe here. Connect to your breath. Very important. Try to soften a little more with each exhalation. What I like to do sometimes is just kind of walk in place here, just to kind of really recruit all those muscles and feel everything releasing, and then just let yourself melt a little deeper. On your next inhale, just come halfway up into like a flat back, and then just start to release. Excellent. Good, you can shake up the knees. Now we're going to take the next few postures really on our backs. So just come down on your backs. We're going to keep the knees bent, and just keep note to have your heels directly under your knees. Okay, and then just start to lower. Good. Don't get too comfortable. We still have a few postures to do. So from here, we're going to bring our left ankle and we're going to cross it over the right thigh. Now, go ahead and flex that left foot and take your left hand, just place it on the inside of your left knee, keeping your head down. You're going to press that knee away from you. So you're going to straighten out this left arm, and you're going to feel that already your left hip is going to start to open up, okay? So just breathe here, just feel that nice release. Good, and then slowly release. Now we're going to take our hands and just wrap them around our right thigh, and then just bring the knee into the chest, bring your head down, and make sure your neck is long. So you don't want to have your neck like this, that you're creating tension. So lengthen the back of your neck, and then just start to bring that thigh in towards you. So it's really going to deepen the stretch of the hip. Now, this may be enough. If you want to take it one notch a little deeper, you're going to bring your hands, your fingers to interlace right on just beneath your right knee. And you're going to draw that knee a little closer into your chest, and make sure you push your shoulder blades down, not to create any tension in those shoulders. And breathe here. So this is a very deep stretch, so just focus on the breath. Focus on pressing the shoulders down. Good. Good, and then slowly release. Now, before we do the other side, we're just going to do a little flow with our back. So again, the knees are right over the heels. You're going to bring your hands flat on the floor. Okay, and again, your neck is lengthened, and you're pressing into the back of your head. Hands are on the floor, and you're going to start to peel your spine off the mat, driving your hips up towards the sky so much that you're pinning your shoulder blades onto the mat. So really pushing your shoulder blades down and pressing your hips up as much as you can. Okay? And your chest is starting to lift towards your chin. Okay, so there's a lot of energy in those thighs. So think as if you want to really push your thigh bones up into the ceiling. Okay, keep your knees, you don't want your knees caving in towards each other. So just think of kind of drawing the knees towards the outer edges of your mat. Good. Just one or two more breaths. And then we're going to lower, but vertebrae at a time. So you're feeling your upper back, mid back, lower back, and hips. Awesome. And now we're ready to do the other side. So taking your right ankle onto the left thigh, flex your foot, and just take your right hand on the inside of the knee and push your knee away. So this arm is nice and straight. Bring your head down, nice long neck, and just breathe here. So this is kind of in preparation. You're preparing your hips, like you're saying to your hips, okay, here comes the big stretch soon, so let's get ready. Okay, so just breathing here. And then releasing that, grab a hold of your left thigh with both hands, and then just draw that left thigh towards your chest. And often you'll feel that your chin is creeping up, so lengthen the back of your neck. And if you want to go a little deeper, you can bring your hands to interlace below that left knee and just hug that knee in towards your chest. Good. Breathe. Another option, which I didn't mention on the other side, but you can gently rock from side to side, and you're going to feel little muscles around your hips. You're going to feel a little more as you do this. And then slowly release. Good. So from here, we're going to do that bridge pose again with an option to go a little deeper only if it feels good for you. Okay, so knees are still right over the heels. Okay, the feet are straight. Always make sure your feet are straight, and you never want the knees splaying in. You want to keep the knees straight, pressing the back of your head, the hands into the earth, and peel your spine off the mat. Drive the hips up, press the shoulder blades down. So you can stay here. This may be already enough. Or you can walk your shoulders under your back. Interlace your fingers. Now try to straighten your arms and push your wrists into the mat as you drive your hips up a little higher. So again, the chin is lifting towards the chest. A lot of energy in the arms, and you're really pressing those thighs up towards the sky. Breathing. It's a little more intense. And then we're going to release the hands. We're going to walk the shoulders back and lower very slowly. Good, and then we're going to take the knees in towards the chest. Just give them a nice little squeeze and try to press your tailbone, your lower back down towards the mat. Shoulder blades down, and then you can just rock from side to side. Good. And then releasing your feet down. Now, if you have a belt close by, or you can even use a belt from your robe, like your bathrobe. That can help. If you're into karate, you have a karate belt or anything, a strap, anything would pretty well work. So if you don't have a belt, there's other options too, okay? So your knees are bent. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, and we're going to loop the belt around the base of the foot, like so. Okay? So what I see a lot is people that they really, really want to bring that leg in, so they do this with their hands, and then they creep their shoulders up to the ears. They're creating so much tension as they do this that it's counteractive. It's not good. So what you're going to do is just bring your head down, elongate your neck, draw the shoulders down and back, and just slide your hands at the base of the belt. So you want the backs of your arms pushing into the mat. So you're sure here, your chest, your neck, your shoulders, there's no tension. So press the elbows down, and you're just stretching that leg. Okay, if you don't have a belt, you can just use your hands onto your ankle and just go like this. Okay, try to relax the shoulders down. Okay, so another thing is you can always, if you have a belt, you can always bend that knee a little if you're not quite there yet, okay? So always honoring your limits. Now, if your back is okay, you can always stretch this left leg. But if you're really doing this class because you have back pain, you probably want to keep this left knee bent. Otherwise, you're extending it and you're flexing the foot and you're keeping your heel pushing down. So we're just bringing that leg closer towards us. We're keeping our shoulders and our arms pressing down. And just breathing here. So focus on the breath. Try to relax your facial muscles, your forehead, your throat. So it's okay to have that left knee bent. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the belts into our right hand, and we're going to extend the left arm, trying to plug that left shoulder blade down. And we're going to go ahead and open our right leg towards the right side of the mat. And you're going to look and turn your head to the left. So this is going to really recruit the inner thigh muscles. So just breathe. These are not easy, especially if you're new to these postures. It really, really stretches a lot. So again, this leg may also be extended to the floor, heel pushing into the mat and foot flexed. Slowly bringing the leg back up to the sky. Now, if your left knee is bent, for this next one, you'll really have to extend the leg down, and we're going to transfer the belt into the left hand, and we're going to extend the right arm. So the same thing we did on the other side. Try to relax that right shoulder blade, and we're going to cross the leg over our body. Okay, so this is going to recruit your sciatic nerve and the back of your leg and the back of your buttocks. Okay, so just take it easy with yourself. This is pretty deep. Now what ends up happening here is we end up kind of letting our left hip drop, and we're kind of rolling onto that left leg. So what you want to do is pretend you're pressing your left foot into a wall, and you want to keep that so the toes of the left foot are pointing straight up, and you're twisting that right leg, not the left leg. And then just gently turn your head to the right, relax the right shoulder a little more, and breathe. And then slowly bring the leg back up. Good. And we're going to take one belt in each hand. Now from here, you can keep that left leg extended or you can bend it. And we're going to bring the leg in towards us. Now we're going to use our core strength to rise up a little bit. And keep drawing the leg in towards the chest. Press the shoulders down. So you can be here, or you could have the left leg extended. So we're working the core here, which is also an important element for back pain. If you strengthen your core through different exercises, you're going to have less pressure on your back because your core is going to be strong. And they kind of work hand in hand. So you have to keep practicing core strength. And then slowly bring your shoulders and head back down. And bend your right knee. Release the belt. And just release your leg. Now just for one moment, bring both hands onto your belly. Relax, close your eyes. Breathe. And just feel the difference between your right side and your left side. So we just work the right side. So you may feel a little lighter in your right side. You may feel a little taller actually on your right leg. Okay, so that's what stretching does, and the longer you hold the postures, the more benefit, of course. So we're not really holding them long in this video, but if you can try to, hold each stretch for maybe 10 or 15 breaths, okay, at least to start. So we're going to do that same series on the other side. So from here, we're going to just bring that left knee into the chest. Good. And we're going to loop the belt around the leg, or the foot rather. Okay, so once again, I recommend that you bend the right knee if you have lower back pain. And from here, we're going to slide the hands down the belt and plug our backs of our arms and elbows into the mat. And we're just stretching that leg towards us. Good. Relax and lengthen your neck. Breathe. Try to bring that leg a little closer towards you. Challenge yourself to your edge. Good. Now gently release. We're going to take both belts into the left hand, and we're going to open up that left leg. We're going to extend the right arm towards the right side of your mat and press that right shoulder blade down. And gently turn your head to the right. So again, you're feeling that inner left thigh work. If it's too much, you can just bend the knee. Remember, if you don't have a belt, you're still holding onto that leg wherever you can. It's not as easy without the belt. So it's always recommended to have one. It just makes it that much easier. Slowly bring that leg back to center. Now if your right leg is bent, we're going to go ahead and extend it and flexing the foot. And make sure, because sometimes people have that leg lifted. So really pressing your heel into your mat and pretend that you have a wall that you're pushing your feet up against. So your toes stay pointed up so you don't roll onto that hip. So bring your head down, relax the shoulders, and we're now going to transfer the belts into the right hand, extending the left arm, relax the shoulder, and then just cross that leg over the body. Keep pressing that right foot into your imaginary wall. Awesome. And then just turning your head to the left. Breathing here. Enjoying that stretch. Slowly bringing the leg back up to center. You can go ahead and rebend that right knee if you need to. one belt in each hand. Relax the shoulders. Gently draw the leg in towards your chest and then use your core strength to come on up. So as you guide the leg in towards you, you're trying to come up a little more towards your leg. Take a nice deep inhale. Keeping the leg up, just release the shoulders down. Great. Now bend that left knee. Release the belt. Good. Awesome. From here, we're going to take our last posture before Shavasana. So we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Now, bring your feet towards the ceiling, as if you want to push your feet into the ceiling. Now we're going to take our hands, just bring your elbows on the inside of your knees and grab a hold of the outer edges of your feet. Okay, so from here, keeping your feet as if they're pressing into the ceiling, elongate your neck and then take your knees out towards the outer edges of your mat. So from here, what you really want to focus on is pressing your tailbone, your lower back towards the mat. So your full spine is pressing into your mat, including your shoulder blades, the back of your head. So nice long spine pressing down into the mat. You're driving your feet and knees towards the outer edges of your mat and breathing. So this is a very deep hip opener, releases a lot of tension in the lower back as well. Good, and then gently release. We're just going to bring the soles of the feet together, bringing our feet down into a butterfly pose, and just bringing your hands onto your belly, relaxing your neck and shoulders. And just focus on nice deep breaths here, releasing any tension from the body. So feeling as you inhale, an expansion through the belly, nice deep, slow breaths. Another thing with back pain is if we're stressed, if we're really stressed, there'll be a lot of tension in the back, in your whole body. Stress is so bad, so whenever you feel anxious or stressed, just try to bring all your attention to your breath. Really deepen the breath, slow down your exhalations. And when you do that, you're going to find that you're going to relax more. And it's important to practice breathing as much as you can, especially when you encounter any stressful moments, that eventually your mind is going to be so used to it that every time you're going to have a stressful thing happen, it's going to right away tune into the breath once you get used to it. So it's a really good habit to take, to focus on breathing every day. It doesn't take long, and it's very beneficial for your health and for a better life. Good. So from here, you can just extend your legs, let your ankles drop open. You can bring your palms facing up. And I like to just press into the back of my head, lift the shoulder blades and bring them closer together, and then release. And then you're just set up for a nice Shavasana here, where you can relax and breathe and just try to focus on the breath coming in and out of your body. Try to focus on your body just melting into the earth, the lightness of the whole top side of your body, and the grounding of your whole backside of your body. And you can stay here as long as you wish and just enjoy this peaceful connection with yourself. And I'm going to leave you in your Shavasana and just be there, enjoy it. And I hope to see you again. So just come to my channel, subscribe, and come and take some yoga whenever you can. And hope to see you soon. So enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day. And namaste to you, my dear yogis. Take good care, and I'll see you soon, all right? Excellent.